Dr. Drish was a colorful character. He was charming, quite charismatic, but at the same time he had a side to him that was full of scandal. His second wife basically raised Catherine. Catherine grew up and eventually she started to have some mental problems. So she was sent back home to live with Dr. Drish and apparently just was kept up in her room, locked up in her room. When he died, apparently they had all these candles burned at his funeral. So when Mrs. Drish died, she wanted the same candles burned at her funeral that were burned at Dr. Drish's funerals. Well, they couldn't find the candles. You know, the story goes that it's the candles that are up in the tower that people see when the tower's burning. There were stories, too, that they used to see Mrs. Drish wandering the gardens, her spirit wandering the gardens.
What we've discovered, and everyone, pretty much everyone you'll ever meet has a story. Something's happened to them, when they were 10 years old or 12 years old or 50. Somebody always just says, oh, that reminds me, there was this one time. You'll always hear that. For me personally, I just wanted to explore it and understand it more. I'm more about knowing what's going on. We're not here to tell you what it is. We're here just to document it. We'll have a little command center with which we can monitor all 3 cameras. We'll have somebody monitoring the DVR system while we're doing it in real time, marking down any anomalies so that we can go back and check them. Of course, later we'll have this all recorded, but we can check them in real time. Okay, what we're about to do, we're going to go ahead and do a lights out. We're going to go ahead and shut all the doors, and we will kill as many lights as we can. It puts everybody in the right frame of mind, and it allows you to be quiet and pay attention to the sounds you hear around you. Now, you're going to hear a whole lot of nothing, a whole lot of quiet. Well, unless we're really, really lucky.
If there's anyone that's associated with the history of this house, that used to live in this house through the years, give us your name.
Some of the things that's happened while we've been on investigations have been pretty profound. I mean, you're talking about things like things being shut or whatever. We've been shoved, pushed around. I've been punched, scratched across the face.
What amazes me is when we hear, we talk about EVPs a lot, but when we hear audible sound, something out loud says get out, or something out loud says hey.
99% of the time you don't hear anything while you're recording it. It's when you go back and check your recordings. It's a very, very tedious process to go through.